Oscar Wilde said, "There's two great tragedies in life. One is not getting what you want, and the second is getting what you want." So, Harold Kushner wrote a book about it called "When All You've Ever Wanted Isn't Enough." In fact, it's as much about the book of Ecclesiastes as anything else, which is excellent because that's a wonderful book full of deep meaning. And that's what Harold Kushner essentially does. Throughout the book, he keeps referring back to Ecclesiastes and also bringing all sorts of Jewish stories with him along the way and people that he's known and other thoughts that he sort of pulls together in the search for meaning, reminding us that every soul is hungry for meaning and sort of having that question around what sort of legacy we might leave. It points out that Ecclesiastes, the author, is kind of wrestling with his place in the world, and he's tried all the different things of wisdom and money and fame and all of that, but feels like lacking. He even tries religion and finds piety a shallow answer, and so he keeps trying and trying. Some of his stories that he puts in here are really interesting, like one about a Jewish person lost in the forest alone and then stumbles across someone else and is thrilled to find someone else who's also lost, so they can at least acknowledge which of the paths out of here are dead ends. And in lots of ways, Ecclesiastes is exactly that. It's explaining the different dead ends of life. And that fun so often is not actually the thing we need, but we look for meaning. The fun is like a dessert, but we're actually looking for something more substantial like meaning, which is a main course. He talks about fear of God, and so often it's sort of referred to as a fear, and we think of the negative connotation, or it's actually better understood as awe, and that then actually with fear we sort of run away from that, but awe that actually draws us closer, and that there's not one big answer to life, but that Ecclesiastes points out the many small answers of living faithfully, of seeking to enjoy the simple things of love, of laughter, of joy, of food and relationships, and that's actually the worthwhile thing. And so, yeah, if you're interested in an interesting book, Harold Kushner does dig into Ecclesiastes really well. Worth reading.